We're all in danger.
Who was the president in 1981? Which Star Wars episode was the destruction about to run? Grab the smartest friends, you know it's time to start the game. R-rated trivia, we're here to train your brain.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, folks. It's another Wednesday of Cerebral Sports. Welcome in. We are just getting started here on a Wednesday night, 10 at 10. The Cerebral Sports, of course, brought to you by our wonderful friends and family at Play It Again Sports in West Hartford, Connecticut. Guys, gals, everybody, don't go to the big box stores to get your new sports equipment, your brand spanking new sports equipment. Head on down to West Hartford Center and stop on by to Play It Again Sports, the best new and used sports equipment in town. Play It Again Sports in West Hartford, of course, providing our $10 gift card for tonight's 10 at 10. And we are getting ready to rock and roll here. My name is Brett, by the way, your host for the Cerebral Sports Game. Colt on the other side of the glass producing. Donde está Barris? That's what we want to know. We're going to find out most likely showing up a little tardy. And hopefully get him in here before the game begins. We've got people signing in, ready to go for our 10 o'clock, 10 at 10 Cerebral Sports. We've got 10 sports questions right and ready for you guys and gals. And let's stall a little longer to see if Barris will join us. If not, Cole, what happened to the John Anderson intro there? I think we logged in.
Yes.
In an old, maybe an old stream here and get the old John Anderson ESPN intro, but that's okay.
We could change it right now, but you'll see the colors.
That's all right. That's okay. We can, it doesn't have to be so super professional here because, we're doing this at the end of the night for our 10 to 10 folks here with Cerebral Sports. Colt, I know you're a big fan of the NBA. The season's winding down. Your Timberwolves are not looking great. How about my Knicks? How about those New York Knicks?
They're the 4th seed right now, I think. In the
they
East,
are somehow, some way they've done it and become relevant once again. Julius Randle for MVP. Yeah. That's right, RJ Barrett, former Dookie. Speaking of which, we've got 10 questions revolving around all sports. We've got, of course, our sports trivia news. We've got our wacky sport of the week. We've got our on this day. So hope you guys studied up and are ready to play. If you haven't played before, welcome in. You've got 15 seconds or 20 seconds, I should say, to answer each question as your timer goes down. So do your points. And of course, our 9th question is our type in question, with question 10 being on this day. And you've got 10 seconds to answer that question. And of course, the winner tonight will take home a $10 gift card from Amazon, provided to you by Play It Again Sports. We've got a few more people coming in here. Only a dozen right now. What is everyone hung over from their margs today on Cinco de Mayo? We don't know. It is 5/5, the day of the Mexican Independence, I believe. Is it the Mexican Independence Day? Is that what? Do I know my trivia right? What is the significance of Cinco de Mayo?
It's a victory over some battle, I think, against France or Spain.
That's right. That's right. The French... Yes, that's right. The French militia, I believe, and that was probably the one and only time that France was considered the bad guy. Well, We're here for Cinco de Mayo, and of course, all sports not related to Cinco de Mayo stuff. We may have thrown in 1 or 2 questions there related to this day, but with that said, we're getting logged in, ready to go. 15 players now getting ready for Cerebral Sports 10 at 10. And, I guess we'll wait a couple more minutes here. We usually start around 10:08. Yeah, we'll let Barris kind of mosey his way in here. I would love for him to be around and check out the questions, because I know he has a good time, or at least he tries to have a good time answering these questions. Last week's winner hopefully is locked in, ready to go. I believe it wasn't Andrew. It wasn't Markham X. I forget who it was. It wasn't Ham, that's for sure. Ham has struggled the last few weeks, at the cusp, ready to take it home, and has not brought it home for the final question, but we'll see if his luck changes tonight as we get ready to rock and roll here with our Cerebral Sports game. You know what? It's time, Colt. Let's get ready to rock and roll. You're going to see a 10-second countdown on your phone, which means the game will begin shortly. And let's get it going here. We'll start that countdown. I'm going to start it in 2 seconds, actually. Let me just close that out. Let me pop this open, get the projector view going there. There we go. All right. The countdown will begin with question number 1. And, of course, we start with our sports news of the week. And the biggest thing that happened last week, well, at least in the sports world, was the NFL draft. And we start with question number 1 about my New York Jets. And another draft in the books, and another QB taken by the Jets. Their number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson, attended which university? Was it Utah State, Buffalo, BYU, or Kentucky? Some say this wasn't the pick. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I guess we won't know until we find out when he takes the field in green and white starting in week 1. Actually, they're starting the first year of 17-game schedule, I believe, which should be interesting. And we'll find out now if everyone knew where he went to school and shone. I don't know how to pronounce or say it, but let's take a look. We had 4 of you say Utah State, 2 said Buffalo, 10 said BYU, 1 said Kentucky. He did play in Utah. But, of course, the answer is BYU, Brigham Young University, Michael Jackson's favorite college. All right, let's take a look at your rankings now. Full of sweets in first place, Matt Turner. Prunts, ADHD's on. Yep, Markham X. What was the question again? Question mark. Caleb Abalui, S&M, and Paul all on the board. Getting ready for question number 2. Here it is. And will we ever get PEDs out of Major League Baseball? It's a great question, right? Another guy was banged for PEDs this week, a no-name player trying to make it. In 2007, though, the blank report was the result of former U.S. Senator's 20-month investigation into performance-enhancing drugs used in Major League Baseball. Was it the Mandela report, the Marshall report, the Michaels report, or the Mitchell report? Which one was it? This was like the first big domino to fall after, Jose Canseco and all the speculation. There was this big investigation into what players were taking what drugs, and lots of names on this list, including a lot of Yankees, some Mets, some Red Sox. But let's take a look and see if everyone remembers. We had 4 of you say the Marshall report. 13 of you remember, though, that it was called the Mitchell report. Yes, indeed. It was a long document outing and doxing a lot of Major League players that took no drugs in Major League Baseball. Let's take a look here at our rankings now. Full of Sweets remains at first. Prunts, Zalman, Markham X, Kayla in 5th. What was the question again? Matt Turner, ADHD, Babalu, Yummy, Paul Miriam. Yup, S&M, and Mans. This is the way. Here's question number 3 on the board. Donde está Barris? Because this might be a question for him. He loves soccer, I think. A Premier League match was abruptly postponed this past Sunday after a group of angry fans of which team stormed the field in protest? Was it the Tottenham Hotspurs, the Manchester United, Liverpool, or Chelsea? Which fans stormed the field? Started out kind of peaceful, not really, but then things started breaking and people started getting hurt. And this was all, of course, in retaliation to the U.S. owners trying to make that Superliga. But let's see who remembers here. What fans were they? We had 2 of you say Hotspurs, my favorite soccer team if I had to pick one. 14 of you said Man U. 1 said Liverpool. 1 said Chelsea. Your answer would be the fans of Man U. Yes, indeed. Colt got it right. He's locked in, ready to go. And let's see if it's full of sweets. Still about, an 8-point lead over what was the question again? Question mark. Kayla Zalman, Baba Louie Prunce, yummy, Mark X. And man, still looking to get on the board. Maybe this could be the question here that they do. And we go with our sports movie question for question number 4. In the 1980 film Raging Bull, it's a biopic of which boxer? Is it James Braddock, James LaMotta, Rocky Marciano, or Mickey Ward? Raging Bull, a classic, a boxing movie classic.
I've seen it, but
tough to remember.
I think I got this one. I'm not so sure.
Yeah. These questions are getting harder as the GIF does indicate. Let's take a look. 3 of you said James Braddock. 12 said Jake LaMotta.
This gives me confidence.
Rocky Marciano. Your answer, though, is B, Jake LaMotta. Yes, indeed, the biopic of the boxer Jake LaMotta. A good one if you haven't seen it. Take a look. All right, here's your rankings now. Kayla in first place, Zalman in second, Baba Louie in third, Prunce full of sweets, yummy. What was the question again? ADHD, Miriam, yep. Now everyone's on the board. M-Man's got that one right, a boxing fan. We're almost halfway through the round. Question number 5. Without Barris to kind of counter banter our show here, we might be moving a little bit quickly, but let's take a look. Which one of these quotes, famous sports quotes now, which one of these quotes is not a famous line quoted by the great Yogi Berra? A yogiism, if you will. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. It ain't over till it's over. When you come to a fork in the road, take it, or nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Yogi was famous for saying these kind of interesting quotes that make sense in theory. Yeah, colloquialisms. Yeah, absolutely. All right, time is running out. Let's take a look. And here we go. One of my favorite ones was, I'd give my left arm to be ambidextrous. All right, 9 of you said life is what happens when you're busy making it happen, I believe it was. 1 of you said it ain't over till it's over. 8 said nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. Well, Yogi did say that. But he didn't say,
that's what I said.
Life is what happens when you're busy making whatever it was, making other plans. There you go. Yeah. There you go. And that was actually a famous quote by John Lennon. John Lennon said that. And now we look at our rankings. Zalman now in first place, a former winner, Baba Louie. What was the question again? Kayla, ADHD, Miriam Prunce, S&M, cracking the top 10, full of sweets, and 9th. We're getting ready for question number 6. Coming up right now, here it is. Famous upsets. We usually do dynasties and famous catches or plays, but famous upsets. One of the first to remember. An NBA question for you, Colt. In 2016, the Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1 finals lead against which team? Was it the Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavs, the Detroit Pistons, or the Miami Heat? That super team, the Golden State Warriors, thought they had it in the bag, and then it happened to be 3-1, then it was 3-2, then it was tied, and then Game 7, it came down. And one of the worst upsets or best upsets, depending on who you're rooting for, of all time. All right, let's take a look. We had 11 of you say the Cavaliers, 6 said the Miami Heat. Both teams did win a championship, but the one that took advantage of the blown lead would be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Colt got it right, the NBA fan of the hour here. And now let's take a look with 6 questions in the books. Here it is. Your rankings, Zalman, Baba Louie. What was the question again? Miriam cracking the top 4. Kayla full of sweets, yummy. ADHD, Prunce, S&M hanging on in the top 10. Question number 7. Coming quick. Here it is on the board. And it's our wacky sport of the week. Blank is a team-based pool table game that uses only the cue ball and one object ball that originated in the Royal Canadian Air Force and is popular in the military. I didn't know this one too. I had to look it up. Is it sludge, crud, mud, or grudge? What could it be, folks? A, B, C, or D? I thought of a Mexican culture wacky sport. Couldn't find anything. Maybe like the luchador masks or something like that. But that's not really wacky. That's just wrestling, even though it can get a little wacky here. All right. Nacho, that's right. Nacho Libre. I should have went with that one with a sports movie. I wasn't really thinking. All right, let's take a look. 5 of you said sludge. 3 said crud. 5 said mud. 4 said grudge. Certainly a wacky sport. Not a lot of people knew it because it is B, crud.
Oh, I guess they're right.
There you go. Sometimes you got to throw out a guess, and sometimes those guesses stick. Well done to Colton, 2 of you that got it right. Let's take a look. Our rankings now with 3 questions left. Zalman back in first. Baba Louie. What was the question again? Miriam, Kayla, Prunce. Full of sweets, yummy, yummy.
I do have the confirmation. Barris isn't going to make it.
Barris is not going to make it. Well, Barris, sayonara. We'll see you next Wednesday. All right. 3 questions remaining. Question number 8. Here it is, and it's our logo teaser and our first and probably only question regarding Cinco de Mayo. The Yucatan Leones is a baseball team in which international professional baseball league? Is it Liga Profesional de Béisbol Colombiano, Liga Mexicana de Béisbol, Liga de Béisbol Profesional Roberto Clemente, or Liga de Béisbol Profesional de la República Dominicana? A, B, C, or D? All professional sports leagues. Lots of great talent down in that area of the world. But this team belongs to which league listed here? Let's take a look. And 10 of you put Liga Mexicana de Béisbol, 4 and 3 for C and D. Well, if you didn't know, the Yucatan is in Mexico. And your answer, of course, Liga Mexicana de Béisbol. Well done, muy bien, folks and fans of baseball in Mexico. Let's take a look at the rankings. Zalman remains in first. Baba Louie, what was the question? Miriam, so close, hanging on by a thread. Prunce, yummy, yummy, Kayla. And we've got 2 questions remaining, and this has been a fun one for a while now. We're doing sports riddles, folks. The last question before we hit the 10th one. Typing in your answer. Here it is. Could be a little bit easier than last week. We had a shutout in our last week's sports riddle. Right in riddle. I am used in most sports. Have 4 holes, and a state shares my name. What am I? Type in your answers now. Let's find out together, shall we? Indeed. A state shares my name. Is that the dead giveaway? Used in most sports, a state shares my name. All right. I think only one of you got it. Let's take a look, though. We have our answers locked in. We had 2 say ball, Ohio, Iowa, Jersey, Tennessee, 4, California. The answer, of course, is Jersey. 4 holes, 1 in the head, 2 in the arms, 1 in the torso, used in most sports, and the state shares my name. Yeah, these are getting tough. Maybe we'll switch it up next week, but I like these sports riddles, the right-in riddles. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm all for it.
There you go. All right. Well, we've got Zalman in first place. Not so fast, though. Baba Louie not far behind. What was the question again? Question mark. Miriam Prunce, our top 5. We've got 1 question left, and it's on this day. Who's going to take home the 10 at 10, the $10 gift card from Amazon, provided to us by Play It Again Sports? Here it is on this day, 5/5/1904. Cy Young pitches the first perfect game in modern baseball. Which one of these teams did Cy Young not play for? The Cleveland Spiders, the New York Giants, the St. Louis Perfectos, or the Boston Americans? Hopefully you got your answers locked in because that timer goes down quick. Let's take a look. 2 of you said the Spiders, 6 said the Giants, 6 said the Perfectos, 2 said the Americans. He played for 3 of the 4. The one he did not play for, though, was the New York Giants. Started his career with the Spiders, played for the St. Louis Perfectos, the Boston Americans, of course. And there you have it. The New York Giants is your answer. Let's take a look now. Who's taking home? Is it Zalman? Could it be Full of Sweets jumping back in? Who's taking home that gift card? It is Zalman. Miriam so close. Prunce comes in third. Baba Louie, what was the question? Markham X, Yummy Yummy, S&M, top 10, Kayla, and the rest of you, better luck next time. Not a bad show, guys and gals. Pretty quick once again with no Barris sans Barris. We wrap it up quick here. And, of course, we want to thank our sponsor once again, Play It Again Sports in West Hartford. Don't forget, get on down and get your new and used sports equipment for the best deals possible at Play It Again Sports in West Hartford. I know you can't spend your Amazon dollars there, but take $10 out of the bank and say, well, I've got $10 hanging out in my Amazon cards. I'll use 10 bones to get myself a new Yucatan Leones Liga de Mexicano baseball jersey. I don't know. They might have one down there. The only way to find out, though, is if you head on down to Play It Again Sports in West Hartford. Guys, gals, everybody here, we want to thank you once again for tuning in to the Cerebral Sports 10 at 10. Colt, I guess you're the guy to let us know what's happening the rest of the week.
Oh, sure. Tomorrow is our theme game Thursday, and we have it planned out. It's going to be an classic arcade video game.
Classic arcade.
10 questions. Thursday is general trivia, just 10 at 10. And then Saturday and Sunday are my embarrasses, like premier games. We can do whatever we want, so it's always chaos. And then, yeah, if you guys have a game that you want to write, send it to me at colt@barratedtrivia.com for Tuesday games.
Yes, viewer submission Tuesdays. That's right. We love interacting with our fans. It's for us and by us and for you, of course. So if you want to submit something, email colt@barratedtrivia.com. If you want to write a sports game, I'll let you guys take the reins. Next week, I'll be around, but the following week, I will not be. So if someone wants to write that sports game, I tossed it to Colt to see. I'm going to be playing from Texas, but I will not be hosting. So once again, let us know if you want to write a game, and we'll have you featured here on the 10 at 10. Of course, the rest of our games going on during the week, things are starting to open back up. The weather is starting to get nicer, even though it hasn't really been that nice recently. But yeah, check us out. Monday through Friday, we've got locations all over the state of Connecticut and some parts of Massachusetts. If you want to find me at Five Churches on Monday night, 6:30 game time. That's Five Churches in New Britain. Tuesdays at the Parkville Market, and right here at the 10 at 10 for Cerebral Sports. Colt, you got any other live games going on for yourself there where people can come check you out live and say hello?
Yeah, if you're in the New Haven area, I'm in Milford every Tuesday at Eli's Tavern. Please come by. It's awesome. It's an awesome spot. You should check it out anyway. But I'm there Tuesday nights. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, I just got back from Seymour from Olives and Oil.
Olives and Oil, that's right. And, of course, the Ghost of Barris, he hosts on Wednesday nights at City Steam Brewing. We're assuming that's where he is tonight, probably wrapping up a game.
Yeah, but, he's got his own graphic right here.
There you go. The Trivia Night Brains and Brews with Barris on Wednesday nights right before the 10 at 10. But guys, gals, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Play It Again Sports in West Hartford. We'll see you there. If not, we'll see you next Wednesday. Adios, muchachos and muchachas.
We're going to have some fun. We're calling it Hot Fingers Trivia now. Because you got to answer quickly for more points.
Yeah, if you played the game here before, which it's nice to see a lot of familiar faces, welcome back. No sheets, no pens for tonight. We are playing a game on our phone. Hot Fingers!
Question number 24, this is the final question in this round. Give yourself a few minutes to go grab some more brews, send your roast if you need to.
The process in which an atom's nucleus splits into smaller parts